Hi everyone, here's a bit of a prophetic message. I want to give everybody some sort of update. I started to really get back on kind of prophetic messages come this last, November. And I put out two really interesting videos. One is on the 2024 election, the other is on the future of STEM. Go check those out. There's also a new podcast that I started called Pretty Prophetess. And in this first episode, it's called The Trolls and the Witch Hunt. There's a lot of prophetic word in that podcast. Go check it out. And I have it all bookmarked underneath the video, so you can just kind of click each topic and it's right there, easy for you to access. In that video, I talk about the late Robert Brooks and how Donald Trump getting into power and the white supremacist at play. What's happening is him getting into this place of power. He not only is working with putting his loyalists in places of where judges are in courts, he's also putting people in the police force and the military, as we have seen, and of course in the air too, the FAA. He's doing all of this. He's behind it all. People are being fooled. So what I stated in that video is that what happened to the late Robert Brooks, if you're not familiar with that case, go watch it. That was symbolic. That was a message to America from the white supremacists, the KKK. We are here. We're going to have more of this, and we're going to get away with it. And we don't care who sees, and we're going to record it. So this is a very startling and unprecedented time for all people of color. I think that what we've witnessed with what he's doing within the Civil Rights Department in DC, he is tampering with that and making sure that we don't have the funding for the people that are in places of power to help make sure police are following the laws in terms of civil rights. As we know, there has been a long history of their discrimination, their abuse and abuse of power towards people of color. So this is why this is so important that we continue to speak up on what is happening and share and spread the word, because right now I'm noticing people still don't get it. They don't quite get what type of situation we're in right now. People are not quite, they don't really get it yet. Especially like Latinos for Trump. You see a lot of people still wearing those shirts and then they end up in cuffs, just for speaking Spanish in public and being arrested, although they are legal citizens. Okay, so this is what's happening. This is very, very unprecedented. We need to all stand up and speak out. In that video, I also talked about how I've been preaching and called to publicly put out to stay off airplanes and out of airports. I've been saying this since maybe 2 months before the first quarantine. So this was in 2019 is when I got the first prophetic message to start giving warning to people to make sure you're staying off of airplanes. And I've limited my time on airplanes very little to none in the past few years since I received that message. And I want to get back on here today and send healing prayers to the families that have lost their loved ones in the more recent American Airlines crash, and also to all of the migrants that make this country great, that keep this country running, that are afraid to go to work, that are being detained. What they're going to do is they're going to first start by making it seem like they're getting the bad guys, the criminals, and then they're going to, as they already have been, start targeting women and children. And they will directly be put into some sort of probably prison camp. What he's doing is trying to criminalize all peoples that are not loyal to him with a racist, white supremacist underline. So this is a time where, people that are prophetic like me, people that have messenger of death syndrome like myself, we are not only being called to go speak up at certain places. For me, surveillance is on fire. So be very mindful of the time that your phones are on. This might be a good time to keep your phones off. They are surveillancing our phones, our laptops. They are tapping into everything. Maybe it's time to get a VPN while we still have the right to. And I think that if you are a person of color, it's going to be really important that you limit your travel right now, even not on the airplane, in the car. If you do, in Texas, for example, they've been conspiring this. So there are laws where they can literally pull you over on suspicion of being an immigrant. And of course, this is going to disproportionately affect people of color. And this is going to further push for discrimination within our judicial system. So we need to wake up, okay? You need to take a stand. I see a lot of people right now, they're kind of on this hamster wheel. They're on this hamster wheel in the matrix. They're working for employers that funded this president, that are going to turn around and take away their rights. People are they're not seeing the depth of what is about to take place with a fascist government. So what do? We have to stand together and understand that these monopolies and these big corporations need us and our money more than we need them. This is a time that we become more sustainable. I put this out in my last emailer. If you are looking for prophetic monthly updates, join my emailer. There's a pop-up right on my website. You can put your email in there. I don't send a bunch of emails. I won't blow your inbox up, but I will keep you up to date every month around the new moon, new beginning of prophetic messages and astrological predictions and updates for Jojo Empathic. So if let's talk about Texas right now, and let's say you're Hispanic, Latino, Black, this is a time where you want to just to slow down. Slow down your travel right now. I want to predict until after Mars gets out of retrograde on the 23rd, slow down. It's time to be more underground. Even if you are a citizen, they're trying to criminalize things that are not deemed like what we would say is a criminal, like being homeless, being an immigrant, being a refugee. I mean, this is what this is coming to. So we have to really kind of watch out in terms of our movement right now. All people of color. I'm not even getting to women yet. Women's right. We're not even there yet in this little talk. We're, disabled. LBGTQ. I'm not even there. It's put on my heart for all people of color right now to lay low. What we can do is we can stop supporting these products. Everything for me in my life, and I put this in the emailer, is under heat of what I am supporting. I have Apple laptop, I've got an iMac, and I've got an iPhone. All of it is in the process of being switched out for me because this is unacceptable. I've had to report my Facebook page to try to get it taken off my old business page. If you are on Facebook and you see Jojo Empathic Healing Arts, go flag the page so as a fraud page, because I have no access to it and I want it down. Unfortunately, I do not support Meta. You will not find me on IG. You will not, I'm trying to get off Facebook. TikTok, I deleted that too. Don't forget, Trump is the one that started this TikTok ban, and now he's trying to look like a savior. This is a tactic that Hitler used. Ivanka Trump said Trump would keep Hitler's speeches on his bedside. What did we see in my latest video on Trump? We saw Elon Musk's dad explaining how Elon's mom was part of the Nazi regime, and that's why they moved to apartheid South Africa, because they were in favor of that system. This is what's in control right now. And you can't spend your energy trying to convince people. You have to, this message is for those that see and are waking up and saying, what do I do? You want to lay low and you want to stick with your friends and family. You want to keep your phones off. Tomorrow's February 1st. So we may start to see some sort of electricity outages throughout the country, specifically Northeast. I was also getting the messages this previous month on the biblical prophecy of wormwood, which I was tying into something with the water systems. We can't dismiss also that Trump has his hands on the smart city locations. What have we seen in the smart city so far? Total wipeout of fires, floods. Okay, in that recent video of Trump, I pulled up a video of Jared Kushner talking about how a few years ago he was talking about how he wanted waterfront properties in Gaza. This is no coincidence, folks. This is no coincidence. And for those that voted for this person that are still speaking up and saying that he's going to rewrite us back to what I'd say is slave days, or he's going to rewrite things and make things good, this is unacceptable. This is a fight for human rights, for us the people versus the white supremacists. And if you are not a white man, you are probably, every other person, including white women, will be under the heat from this dictator. So you really have to be able to discern your intuition at this time. You really need to listen to your dreams. You really need to be communicating with your family and seeing what other family members are dreaming, because Spirit will speak to you and give you guidance through your dreams. If you don't know how to discern your dreams, work with me. If you don't know how to discern your intuition, work with me. This is a time where, you don't need the technology as much, because the technology is within you if you know how to use it. So I want everybody to stay safe and stay awake, keep awakening, keep, sticking near the people that are in the same alignment of something is I feel it in my gut, and I want to understand what this means, and I want to do something about it. Boycott the Walmarts. Stop using, look into what companies BlackRock owns. Stop getting in the Teslas. Everything needs to be under your microscope right now with where you're giving your money and your energy to, because they are moving us into this phase of creating a crisis with migrants, because what they've already done to the UN is have certain refugees use their iris to scan as a digital ID so that they can get their funds and money. So what they're going to do is a crisis tied to this whole immigration situation to force us into, and it may have to do with electricity too, to force us into where there's some sort of cyber attack or something where they wipe out the banks and the money and our electricity and everything, and then we have no choice but to receive assistance from them to survive, which will switch us into the digital currency that they want worldwide. This is where we're at. No better time to be sustainable. And drop a comment if you would like me to tap into a specific topic and ask Spirit for guidance. Thank you.